Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
You hit him with the
0.
little Stephen A. You hit him with nightcap. Well, I can't talk about Shay that much right now. Bad tone.
It's not that bad.
I'm not bringing it up. We're gonna talk about that another day. Well, we just gonna talk about something. We're gonna talk about that in the draft, but we're gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Get Back Podcast. I'm your host, Damian Dusten, here with
Ayden Jones. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
and welcome back to another episode of the Get Back Podcast. Back to your regular scheduled programming, as last episode was the NBA special, our 45-minute coverage of just straight hoops. Go
It was
check
a
it.
good episode.
Yeah,
That
make
was
sure
a
to go
beautiful
check it
episode.
out. While it's a little outdated now, as the playoffs is starting to ramp up a little bit, still a good listen. Go check it out.
Always.
Episode 6. But welcome back, Ayden Jones. I see you rocking the Browns jersey. We're not going to talk about it yet. We don't want to jump into it yet. First things first, what were your thoughts on the overall 3 days that we got of the NFL draft?
Very weird draft. I think that this was possibly the most
Unexpected?
unexpected it had to be. I didn't think, I except for probably the first pick, everybody else kind of tricked, or the first two, everybody else kind of tricked me out, I think.
Wow.
I even probably thought number 2 and number 3 would switch. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think I was generally just not expecting what I saw from the draft. That's all.
I would totally agree with you. I think weird, but also when we look at this draft class, so many good players that can really be high-level players. Like, we have guys that in the 5th round have this
Fifth,
second round
sixth, like,
potential.
yeah.
It's just because, in my opinion, the draft class was, I think, very stacked. I think it was overlooked because there weren't as many high level
I think
QBs.
That's what I'm saying. It's always with the QBs. Like, it can be great every other. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Every position, to me at least, you had D line, good O line,
Like-
like beautiful receivers, tight end. Probably the most that tight end draft we probably didn't see in a minute. If the QB room is not that high, it just doesn't get talked about that much,
Yeah,
which
like
is crazy.
We look at that Joe Burrow draft. That was Joe Burrow,
Mhm.
Tua
Tua,
Tagovailoa,
Justin
Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah, that was.
I mean,
That was a
these are
crazy draft.
these are high level QBs here. So, moving on, I want to jump into our first little segment here. I want you to give me your 3 teams that you feel like didn't really improve from this draft.
Didn't really improve. I feel like that's kind of hard because if I can say any probably higher up team, I don't want to be biased. That's what I'm saying. Can I say the Steelers is that biased? Because
Not at all.
I feel like they really didn't. I think
They didn't take advantage.
And
of,
I'm
they
not
didn't
even gonna
not take
say. I'm not
advantage.
even gonna say his name. I just think that they possibly could have got a QB in that first or second or even the 3rd round, and they just chose to kind of dip out of that. So
Which is so weird
possibly
to
them,
me.
at
They're
least for
really
first.
You would almost think they're really holding out on Aaron Rodgers, or I don't really
I
know
don't
what
think
they're
they're
doing
even
with the
still playing that
quarterback
game.
move.
I think that game is sailed by. I don't, unless it's undercover that A-Rod is still. I think he's gonna retire. You think he's gonna say?
I'm not sure yet. I think we'll just really have to wait and see. I think if the Steelers really if they dangle some money in his face, he'll play. I mean, come on, he'll play for 10 M's, 10, 15. I mean, we don't know what they're going to give because they don't have a QB. So Steelers are your first team.
I'm gonna say the Steelers. Another one. I mean, I didn't. Did you hear a lot about Washington?
I did not.
I
They
didn't-
did
I
pick
didn't-
up some protection for
That's probably why. But
Jaden.
still, I
but
feel like even with other at least O-line that I've seen, it still was at least known. So I didn't really see anything from them. Also, I feel like this one is a little weird because they're a higher up team, but the Baltimore Ravens. I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's like they're in the top like 20, like what is it? 28
their first round pick was a hit. Malachi
after
Starks.
After that, but what else?
That's very true.
They did get LeJohntay from Colorado,
Webster.
which wasn't bad, but everybody else, I don't really see anything else like that.
All right,
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm possibly missing somebody else, but I think
That's
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
3.
This,
I would
this
totally.
one right
That's
here,
not a bad 3
this
at all.
draft, I think I told you a little bit earlier. This draft, like, bro, almost not every team, but at least half of the teams got their majority needs. Like, a lot of teams tag, like, I even say, like, the Cardinals, even Seattle had they just had good drafts where they actually got what they needed, the positions. You mix it up, you still get defense, get some O-line. Like, it was a pretty good draft for them.
Absolutely. I'll totally agree. So your 3 teams are Steelers, Ravens,
Who was Washington.
and Washington. I like those. Those are not bad at all.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. Maybe it went under the radar. Maybe they did. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess, that much. But I feel like from all of the teams that I heard a lot of feedback from. I didn't
Mhm.
really hear anything a lot from them. So
Now, 3 teams that I did like, that I think had probably, these are the top 3 in my opinion. First, I'm going to go with, and this is no order. I think the New Orleans Saints really knocked it out the park. And I know a lot of people think that, because they picked Tyler Show, quarterback out of Louisville, it negates their entire draft. I don't think so at all. Look at the other players. They get they get Kelvin Banks Jr.,
they'll say some good protection,
which is
he's
amazing protection, who can play offensive tackle, offensive guard.
Yeah,
You then, in the 4th round, get Danny Schrutzman, linebacker from Oklahoma, who is an absolute field general and stud. When healthy, dude
right.
can flat out play. After that, in about 20 picks later, you pick Quincy Riley, the quarterback out of Louisville, one of the best man-to-man corners in this draft.
He's physical. He is physical, real physical.
In the 6th round, they pick up Devin Neal, running back, Kansas. Huge pick, speedster. And then in the 7th round, they get Maliki Monteveo, tight end out of UCLA. That's a great possession tight end. I think he's a above average blocker, and I think he's a good route runner. So I would give them an A.
You know who else also is, I think, did at least pretty good, except for their first pick, which that's why I think I told you I was a little bit confused on some moves that were made. Chicago Bears had a good draft. I think their off seasons are always A+, but this is a good draft where they actually got protection for Caleb. Caleb got him some more receivers. Just the first pick they got, Loveland over Warren. How do you feel about that?
Loveland over Warren, it was surprising, but I really had to take a step back and see scheme. Scheme, I think. Listen, we know, even though Ben Johnson does like to do that flirtatious stuff on offense where it's like, oh, that's cute, and it works, I think Colson actually better fits that over Tyler Warren, even though Tyler Warren is more of a joker player.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you
Colson's a little faster. Colson's faster. He's a little smaller, which I think that makes him a little better to place out at the wide receiver position. And I think people forget, while Tyler Warren's a great tight end, and he was great on Penn State for the role that he had, this is a guy who played quarterback. There are still nicks and kinks that he's going to have to work out at the tight end position, especially if they're going to have him playing joker tight end. I mean, that's my only reason for Colson going. I don't think Colson should have gone that early anyway.
I think that I would still just take the chance. I thought it was going to simply be switched. I thought that it was locked that the Colts were going to get Loveland and then the Bears were going to take Warren. But either way, I think the Bears did have a pretty good draft. I said, it's still Seattle. Seattle had a good draft.
Seattle had a pretty good draft. I feel like for Seattle to get Nick Imawaro in the 2nd round, that is big. I mean, he is such a great safety.
Yeah.
You can place him on either side. You can place him at the free or the strong safety. He's great at run support. He's gotten better in coverage, we've seen. So I think that's a great pick for them. Gray Zabel, I mean, North Dakota State, those D2, D3 schools, what are we going to get? But O-linemen tend to pan out from these schools.
You can still get something really good.
I think Gray Zabel, and they needed a offensive guard for Geno, so it makes sense. I like the tight end they picked from Miami. They also picked Torrey Horton from Colorado State, who, in my opinion, could potentially be a hidden gem, because I think he really is a stud wide receiver.
I think I was a little bit surprised too of some players that got left off, or not even left off, that just went super late. Even I say Will Johnson, who I thought was a top 2, at least to me. Mind you, you can say injuries or anything. I still think amidst that, he was a top 2 at least cornerback or DB in the league. He went all the way down to the 2nd round, like at least middle or kind of late. Which I was like, wow.
And I think it was just because of injuries.
It could have been, but still, I think over Barden, I think he was most likely the 2nd best player.
Oh, absolutely. At first, I thought you were going to say Jade wasn't the first.
No, he's the number 1 CB in that draft class. We got that, which I think that you would know that, obviously. But
one thing I want to bring up, lastly, because we were talking about Seattle 2 seconds ago. 7th round, they drafted Ricky White.
Yeah,
wide receiver out of UNLV, who is fast.
Ricky, he's
great on release, good in the middle of the field.
Fast, bro. A little skinny, but he can get to that ball.
They picked up 2, in my opinion, under the radar wide receivers replace Lockett and Metcalf. Now, I'm not saying that they're just going to come in and replace them.
They got a nice potential though.
They have
They
nice
have a nice
potential,
potential.
and it's a perfect scheme fit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sam Darnold, in my opinion. Get those fast receivers.
Sam Darnold, they just trade away Sam Howell too.
Yeah, I did see that.
Who else do they have?
That was interesting. They drafted Jalen Milroe.
Jalen Milroe.
and that was
Jalen.
I want to say
what
crazy.
Was that, 3rd round.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I can't be upset about it.
I think that's the thing. I think all the most of the QBs that went pretty late, like three or over.
It wasn't like and then we got to Dylan Gabriel, and then we really started questioning things about Shador. Now, the moment you all been waiting for. Well, Ayden Jones has been waiting for.
On my wrist, perfect timing.
The Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns.
Bro, okay, look. I'm not gonna be biased. I know y'all can see the jersey. Obviously, we had a good draft.
Yeah,
I hate to tell y'all, we had a simple, and it could have been A++, but we drafted Dylan Gabriel. That was the only thing that held us back from a double plus.
I was just gonna say that.
That's
totally
the
agree.
only thing that hold like, even because you want to know what I have a video which I don't know it hurts whenever I look at it. I was up there with a little watch and some money in my hand, and I thought with that 33rd pick, man, that throw with that 30
Shador.
I tried to throw up the Shador, and then they said Carson's name, and I was just very upset. But you showed me that Carson is a pretty good player.
Carson is a good player out of UCLA, linebacker. I think Judkins was a great pick.
Judkins is a good pick.
In my opinion, my favorite pick from you guys wasn't Shador, wasn't Judkins. Wasn't
I know you're about to say
Harold Fanning Jr.
Yeah, I knew what you
out
were
of Bowling Green. I'm telling you, he is a dog tight end. And I know you guys. I know you have David Njoku. To have two tight end sets,
two of them
is amazing.
Like,
now,
stop.
Unfortunately, I'm drawing a blank on the name. The other tight end for you guys, not
David.
He's tough though. I think not David Njoku, the other guy.
Who, number 88? The white dude?
No,
Bryant. Yes, it is Bryant.
No, he got dreads.
Dang. He has dreads.
Yeah.
Number 80, Atkins. Oh,
Atkins.
He's nice. Oh,
Atkins is nice.
He's nice.
So,
yeah.
It was at first it was interesting that I took a step back and realized one of those three tight ends is going to leave. It's going to open up the room.
Him right there, because he played at I think it was I forgot, it was either Cleveland or Indiana. They hosted the Senior Bowl. You know, they hold the Senior Bowls. Yeah. He was like the main person. I mean, like, that's with everybody there. He was almost a top 3 name. Like I told you, this was one of the craziest drafts for these tight ends. Like, you still had Loveland, whatever, all the other ones, obviously, right?
Absolutely.
His name was up there with all,
of
like,
course,
with all of them competing. So,
who would you say? And we'll now we're gonna circle back a little bit to the first round,
right?
Who would you say? What pick in your mind when you saw that pick? You're like, wow, that's really gonna benefit their team tremendously.
Yeah. I don't want to be too common or casual. Travis Hunter is a generational player. Rather, because you know what? It was a commentator. He tried to basically trick him, and he said Travis Hunter. If it's Travis Hunter as a wide receiver,
coming down with the ball. Travis Hunter. That's what he said.
Like that's generational. I hate to tell you, because mind you, I know he's not gonna play both snaps every time. You would get broken down and gassed, at least in the first year.
So you think
he could still play at least some?
You think Jacksonville is going to reap the most benefits out of their draft pick this year? Because that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying.
That's what I'm saying. A generational player who can simply just like.
So how many games do you see them winning?
From I say like 7 or 8. Yeah, they upgraded that. Whoa, wait, no,
said 7 or 8. Like I was gonna be dumbfounded, dude.
Not.
You made it sound like you were gonna say 13 wins or something.
Stop. 7 or 8 is good for them. For them to get Trevor, which I think Trevor's gonna be very.
He'll win 7 games. Yeah.
Trevor, it could be 8 or 9. Trevor's gonna be really happy.
So you keep going up. So chill out.
Chill. I'm just saying. Look, think about this. Trevor Lawrence. You just upgraded some more wide receivers. Get Travis that can play both sides. I think they upgrade the defense too. Get some. No. Okay,
that's crazy.
I think that he will. I mean, yeah, he's nice. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think because we're getting too into his name. Watch his film. Like watch his film on both sides, and just watch what he do. I think that he will at least the first year do some impact. No, he won't.
We're gonna have to see.
Who do
You-
you think? 'Cause I can
it-
tell by your face that you're thinking about somebody like big. Who do you think?
See, you did it too practical. You was in the top 3. You was ready to go. I'm going a little far back.
For who?
I'm going number 23. Green Bay Packers select wide receiver Matthew
Oh,
Golden out of Texas.
Yeah.
I think Christian Watson comes back healthy. They got Romeo. And Matthew Golden, in my opinion, is aside from obviously Amike Buka,
That's what I'm saying. I would
who's
even
the
pick
best wide
Emike
receiver.
over- Gang, I think
A reason
Emike
why I'm not- No,
Mike
absolutely,
Evans
sure.
going on like he's basically passing
Mike
the
Evans,
torch,
Chris Godwin.
Gang, but
Like, you
Mike
forget-
Evans about to literally pass that torch. Like I think like
He
he
got
has
another
2
1,000
years,
in him.
two more years, and it's over with. Yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
but
yeah.
I'm saying which player. I think Matthew Golden going to be a more immediate impact than Amike first
Which
year.
one did he get this year?
Get
Yard wise.
1,000. He can get 1,000. You're saying that like it's
But
crazy.
they had like 3 number
they're
like
they're all
three
number
number
twos.
1 or 2s.
They're all number 2s. Christian Watson's
which
a
are
number
good
2.
though. But
That's-
Caleb
sure.
almost makes him look
You can
pretty,
be
like
good,
he makes him
Matthew.
look pretty good.
You can be good all you want. Matthew Golden
He's
is
nice.
better than all of them.
He's nice.
Now. So I think Matthew Golden. And if you didn't like that pick, then I'll go a different route. I'll say
Who?
Philly got Jahad Campbell
Bro,
from
that
Alabama
was a
at
pick.
31.
That was because I don't think you understand him being paired like on that like that secondary, even like bouncing back off with DeJean. That would be pretty
Close.
nuts. Gang, come on, bro. DeJean Black and shit, like gang. That's a nasty duo. That's a nasty duo.
Now, the most interesting pick. The pick when I saw it, I was like, okay, I see it. I guess.
What were you about to say?
With the 12th pick in the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, who is a great player,
But
who is one of the top guards.
I just don't think
With
that, like,
everyone
that's
who
what I'm
is
saying.
there,
I don't think like you do that with your 12th pick.
either get CD some help, which,
That's what I'm saying. Now with your 12th
like,
pick.
oh my
bro.
God, I would have picked Tyler Warren right there. I would have
Which would've
picked
been
Tyler
bad.
Warren right there.
Remember how Ferguson used to look with Dallas? Remember who Ferguson, the tight end?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he would look like that would be the same exact player almost. If Warren went there,
Yeah.
he would be nice, bro. Ferguson used to be nice.
That
Ferguson
because
used to be nice.
originally I thought Indy was gonna. I mean, not Indy. Dallas was going to get Tyler Warren. That's was my first reaction when I saw that pick.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean that was the pick that really threw me off the most. Or another one that kind of did throw me off as well was number 20 Broncos select Jedi Barron. I really thought they were going to go offense. I thought they were going to select Omarion Hampton or an offensive player. I thought maybe Amike if he was still on the board, but I think they just went with best player available and decided to select Jedi Barron. But
he's nice. Like that's
he is.
to pair him with a defensive player of the year. That's gonna cause havoc.
And I think to pair, not even that, to pair a guy who can play anywhere on the field with a front four that has the most sacks in the NFL, you're asking for trouble because they already have Jaquan McMillan, and I think the overrated Riley Moss might get replaced here. This is where you see that.
You
kinda
used
happen.
to love this man.
I used to love him after he had 2 interceptions in like in 4-game span. He really kind of fell off. I know he came back from injury.
That's what I'm saying. He got
After the injury, he was still very mediocre. In the Bills game against playoffs,
Yeah.
he just kind of wasn't that good. So I think Denver's trying to load up here a little bit on defense because they do see those holes that got exposed in the playoffs. And it was your corner on the other side is not Pat Surtain.
Right.
So get ready.
Do you think McMillan will impact Bryce Young?
McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona. I think he'll have a good impact for Bryce Young. I think this is good for Bryce. You give him a tall wide receiver. You give him somebody who
He has
can
jump
see
balls,
over his
jump balls. Yeah.
Yes, he can see over his O-line. Great red zone threat. Good down the field. Good hands. Like I said, I think a lot of people question his leadership, which he didn't fall in the draft at all. But I remember there was a video of him saying that he didn't like watching film and it ended up being fake. So
it was simply Steve Smith just telling him that he don't think that he probably gonna be a number 1.
exactly.
That's it.
Which I think that's hilarious. The Carolina Panthers went ahead and selected him
Went right
after
to his
Steve
team.
Smith said that. So, like I said, I think I found that a little interesting.
Bro, Steve Smith was a menace, pure menace.
Oh yeah, Oh,
Did I miss this?
missed.
Nolan went to the Cards?
Nolan went to the
Bro,
Cardinals.
their draft
Josh
was
Sweat,
insane.
Walter Nolan. Absolutely.
Oh
The line
my
is-
God, their draft was insane.
Absolutely. They're going to be tough too. I think
Because
they're
he
going to be
was
scary.
crazy out of Ole Miss.
Absolutely.
Oh my.
That's going to be quite the game.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Now, speaking of quite a game, I don't know if you saw what happened last night. You see Jokic?
Oh, we jumping in the ball already. Yoke?
Yoke, sidestep,
Who finished it off?
Aaron Gordon.
Who finished him? Chill, dude.
just
Dang,
You
bro.
got to
Like,
pause next time,
who
dog. Come on.
pause. Who finished him? Okay.
All right.
Okay. Pause. Who helped him finish the bucket?
You still make it sound bad.
Can't say nothing
Obviously,
else, man.
going into a tie ball game after the Nuggets blew a 21-point lead, Nikola Jokic, soundboy shuffle into the 3, air ball, Aaron Gordon put back, 0-0 on the clock. Count. It's good. Were you able to watch those highlights, Ayden Jones, as I called you yesterday
did.
and said, oh my God, did you see that? To
Mind
which your
you-
response
mind
was,
you-
to which his response,
Mind you.
to
mind
which
you,
his
mind
response was, whoa, what happened?
Mind you, Rockets and Warriors game was way closer to me. At least
Wasn't on yet.
Yes, it was. It came on at 8 o'clock.
8:30.
Okay, but it was still on. The game was still
It
on.
wasn't on.
It was on. That game was on. Like, yes, it
It
was.
had just started.
Either way, pause. But it was a close. Pause. Because mind you, I'm watching the third quarter. They're blowing them out. After that fight,
20 is a blowout in the NBA now?
Stop.
It was only up 21.
Stop. It was 22.
That's not the blowout
after
now?
that stop. After that fight, and they came back, and they even Braun was just hitting nut shots when it came back in the third quarter. It looked over. So yes, if I'm a ball fan, I'm so sorry that you're. Mind you, he's watching with his dad, who's a Denver fan. You have no choice but to watch the game, doo-doo. So me personally, when I'm watching basketball, yes, I'm turning on a Rockets and Warriors game over a
Crazy.
Denver game that they're blowing on by 22. Now, yes, it happened where they came back. Something
good.
crazy happened.
Absolutely.
Oh well. Guess what? That's what we have highlights for now. We have highlights, and I watched it. Crazy putback.
Crazy putback.
Crazy putback.
Do you have any other takeaways from that game?
takeaways? No. Let's just say that Yoke got his help. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, generally, explain what happened. What did the main comeback come from? Because when I was watching,
it just stemmed
they
from, I
had
think the
full
defense
control.
just kind of got
The
lackadaisical.
only person I was making really mad was Jamal Murray, because I think he was just taking a lot of shots when I was watching. But that was it. Everybody else was hooping.
And I think
Even MPJ was hooping.
we look at everyone on the Denver Nuggets bench.
Yeah, I'll say
all
that's the one
were
thing. Are you about to say because they only
minus,
had
plus,
4
minus.
points?
He only had 4 points.
man.
Jamal Murray, 5 for 17.
That's what I'm saying. Jamal Murray's shots that he was taking, that didn't make you upset. He was taking like
Of course.
juggernaut shots when he was just missing.
Because he's playoff Murray. He's under this impression that he's playoff Murray, which is fine.
He is.
Which is
but
fine.
when
I
you're
respect
missing
it.
like that, you're
Absolutely.
gonna keep going.
So where does Denver?
Okay.
Do you think Denver comes back in this? It's tie now.
That's
Do
what I'm
you
saying, it's
think
tied up.
Denver takes control of the series going back home?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know.
don't know. I feel like if they don't get any, does their bench actually help them or no?
We'll have to see. They obviously play much better at home. I think the injury of Russell Westbrook, we'll have to see if Russ comes back as well. Because I feel like their whole, not vibe, but their whole, the way that
Did you see? Did you see Yoke sub people out? He subbed Jamal Murray out the game for DeAndre Jordan.
He's
For
that's Coach Yoke.
DeAndre Jordan.
Coach Yoke. It's no different than when
He
the
subbed
Cleveland Cavaliers
Jamal Murray
fired David
out.
Blatt. And
That
made
was a little different because who do we get right after? Like, not even like
Ty Lue.
exactly. Like
Ty Lue wasn't the coach's first year. He was there for the ride. After that, he probably learned
You
so
asked
much from
Bron.
LeBron.
You asked Bron. Bron was coached a lot, but you asked Bron. Ty Lue was like, yeah, he was. You're crazy. Ty Lue was.
So
Ty Lue's one of the best coaches, I think, right now.
where's your prediction with the series? Who wins? Why?
The way that it's looking right now, because that's what I'm saying. In today's game, a team can literally lose by 30 and somehow still go up by 20 the next game. So the way it's going back and forth, I think it goes to possibly 7. I want to say Denver only because Kawhi basically almost had to shoot, not perfect, nearly perfect for them to get that last game that they had won. And that
That's
was a
where-
close game.
that's where I'm
that was
coming
a game
from.
that came out to the wire.
That last game where Kawhi
No, wait.
Missed
But
one
mind
shot.
you-
I
but
think that
mind you,
was never
Jamal
going to happen
Murray-
again.
Not Jamal Murray. James Harden also didn't play good that game. He shot like 4 for 11.
But what do you expect?
I expect that Kawhi doesn't shoot nearly perfect. And I also expect that James Harden doesn't shoot bad. I think it would mix together and at least put a little balance. Because Kawhi,
But James has never
literally,
been a great playoff performer.
He can still show out. Like he didn't play bad the last 2 games before that. No, he did not. He didn't. No, he didn't.
I just saw something. I'm pissed now. I just remember
What
some shit.
just happened?
I just remember some shit. Yeah,
It's
I
not- it's not
I got a bone to pick with you, bro. I got a bone to pick with you.
Tell him I want you to. You already told you what's gonna happen.
It's fine.
No, I
I'm
want
in
you
for-
to. I'm being dead serious too.
Oklahoma City sweeps the Memphis Grizzlies after a 117-115 win.
Close game. Close game.
Saying that, no,
Man,
saying
went
that
down to the wire. Boy,
for you to say that series would have been any different
stop it.
with
Nobody said
Ja,
that. That's what I'm saying. Don't put words in my mouth. Nobody ever. Gang, this was supposed to be a 4-5 game series.
And it was.
Either way. That's the whole point. It was.
and he gets upset that Shea throws up,
What? Like, gang, pause.
What,
are we
and
doing right
LeBron-
now? What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
and LeBron,
Well,
and LeBron's haven't done that before.
done what?
Win a series and then does that.
I'm saying does what? That's what I'm saying. What did I say about Shea?
You said when he chucked up the deuces
That was wild.
after hitting like
That
a
was
game
so-
ender.
I think just like the standpoint from him who didn't play good this series at all, which if you
Played
say
good
he-
this game. Played good in game 4.
I'm glad he could play good after 3 games of a warm up. You're playing Memphis, dog. Who's guarding him? Desmond Bain?
They had different people. They had Scotty.
okay.
They had a bunch of guys.
Either way, I just think someone who's fighting
But you're discrediting Memphis so much just
nobody
because they're the 8th
discrediting
seed for
them,
the
dog.
most months. They were the 2nd seed.
Dog. I'm just saying, I think as good as you guys have played this year, I don't think that anybody thought it was going to be a close game, especially with a jawless Memphis.
We
No,
beat
you don't
them
gotta
by
take it to
50
heart.
with Ja.
That's the whole point. So then what happened? Gang? How do you beat them by 50? And then the other
And then the game after beat
gets
them by
closer.
25.
Exactly. And then
It gets closer because you're playing a
Dog,
team multiple
stop,
times
bro.
and you're learning their what
Gang,
are you on?
gang.
And you're acting like Memphis
stop
is
it,
this
bro.
dog shit team.
They're not dog shit, but for you to lose your main player and it still somehow is a close game against a team that like y'all,
For you to
It
have
makes
your
no
player
sense.
and
It
lose
makes no
by
sense.
51
then what happened after? What happened after? Oh wait, I think there were missing
after
some
they
shots.
lost by 25.
Third game. What was the score? What was the score again? It was like 67 to like almost like 40.
Yes,
I'm
they
pretty
were beating
sure.
us by 31. Ja
Stop,
comes
stop.
out and they lose.
67
What do you want?
67 to 40
Okay.
to them. Ja goes out. I guess we don't have to get into how it happened or what happened or that's what I'm saying. We don't got to get into that because it looked a little
Alright.
weird to me, but I just
Whoa,
gang.
what?
Pause.
Nah, you
Pause,
just trying to
wait.
get clicks or
I'm
something.
just saying. I'm just saying. Pause, wait.
You're thinking
I-
Lou, if you look
it's-
at he slipped. What are you
You
on?
slip. He slipped.
Yes.
He was like basically going back. He stopped his whole foot and went back.
That is so
Mind
crazy.
you, okay, I got you.
Get
Look,
outta
that's
here
what I'm
with
saying.
that
I
shit,
don't
bro.
want to get into that with you
Nah,
because
I'm
you're an
not with
OK.
you,
I'm
bro.
talking to an OKC fan.
I'm
right
out.
now.
I'm out, bro.
After that, okay, fine. After that, the game without Ja's hiding his face from a camera, and he's in the NBA. It's 117 and 115. He holds up the deuces.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay.
Go home now.
Okay, man. You're competing with Scottie Pippen Jr. and you're holding up. The
And you know what's so
MVP is
crazy?
competing with Scottie Pippen Jr. He's holding up the deuces.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
The
your
sweep.
MVP, right?
Sweep.
That's your MVP.
Yeah. That's my MVP.
Dang, the sweep was supposed to happen. That's what I'm saying.
You are
I think
so
that you're like,
crazy.
bro, you think I'm upset with
You
like
making it-
OKC, bro?
yeah.
Shea didn't play
I ain't
good. He
shit-
held the
I
deuce
ain't
after
shit-
beating a Ja Morant-less Memphis. Like, I'm so sorry that your GOAT, your MVP, did that. Like,
And
I
you
hate to tell
acting
bro.
like Ja when they lost by 50 played dog shit.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro, that game,
Man,
if it's any other team,
cool,
if it's
bro.
any other team, regular or
It's
playoff,
cool.
and they're winning by 30
It's
basically, and then their main player goes out, and then you guys come
It's
back,
cool.
what
I
would you,
hope-
what would you
I-
say?
I
What would you
hope-
say? What
I
would you
hope
say?
we can see
Exactly.
each
See
other
how
in
you
the
don't
finals
answer? See
then.
how you don't answer?
Nah.
Exactly.
Nah,
Exactly.
because-
What would you say?
Sweep.
If this was the Lakers, and because mind you, this is a Lakers hater right here. If the Lakers did this, you would call it. You would basically call it soft. I think that's all I'm saying. You would call
Not
it
after
soft.
51 dub. I say
bro,
they won that.
bro, dog.
They won
Your
that. You're
main
crazy.
player goes down when
Because
you're
as the
basically up by
series
30.
as a series goes along,
You're basically up by 30. Your main player goes down.
oh my God! Look at NBA history,
just-
man. The way a series goes. The
You seem
first
really
game a
heated.
blowout. The
You
second
seem really heated. Are you okay over there, Shay? Put up the deuces. Deuces, Scottie Pippen.
should.
Deuces, Scottie Pippen
I
Jr.
should because if your
Deuces,
Cavs
Scottie
advance,
Pippen
'cause if-
Jr.
yeah.
Deuces, Scottie Pippen Jr.
You better
That
hope
hurts.
JT don't throw no deuce on you, son.
Deuces, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Who's gonna be an all-star one day? That rest of
Who?
Scottie Pippen Jr. He's tough. He's cold.
He played really good against Shaw. I watched it. Yeah,
That's
I know.
enough
Man.
out of you, bro. OKC
I
going in their next
can
series.
tell you, I've never seen someone so hurt after winning 4-0.
Please.
I've never seen someone so hurt after getting a sweep.
No, it's just because you don't respect. You don't respect my team.
Do you respect Ja? Do you respect Ja? Yeah. Let's keep it going. Yeah, I know. Oh no, man.
Let me see what I just hit you with, young boy.
What did you hit Ja with?
No, your Ja.
No, what did you just hit Ja with? I'm saying, like, what did you hit Ja with?
Just the
man?
little grenade celly he did.
The grenade celly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Lou Dort loves that celly, man. Was it a slip for real? Again? Because
It was a
he was running
slip.
towards somebody else and then he tried to turn around.
Chill out.
It just looked a little weird.
Chill out.
Yeah, I know. Someone's
out.
upset over there. John Morant
Golden
50
State-
ball next year on OKC's head. I'm waiting for it.
Eastern Conference first round. Let's get into the Eastern Conference Finals losers, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Who played the Miami Heat and won by 37.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the source. Aiden
No,
Jones.
yeah.
Obviously, this series is probably gonna be wrapped up in a bow.
Pause. Wait, but why you had to throw shade on my team like that? What,
No
what did
reason.
they do?
No reason.
That's messed up.
After
Come
a sweep,
on.
which was expected of, I don't know why it says number 8 Heat because they were the 10th seed, and I think it should say 10th seed. the way that
This
they've
man
been
is a
playing.
hater, man. Someone's upset right now.
But
Were they
No.
better than the Hawks?
I don't really. I feel like with especially Miami and the Hawks are two of the most. They could beat the best team one night and then lose to the Charlotte Hornets.
So, do you think? What do you think?
I
What
don't
we
know.
would do? Do you think that the Hawks games would be more boring or more entertaining if we played the Hawks?
I don't know because you know what I can say. I think the Heat have the best player.
Okay, so
I think, but what does that mean? Because even though Tyler Hero's is a star as well, and Trey's the only star in the Hawks, I feel like there's more like Dylan. You got Dyson Daniels, Ricochet, who Zachary,
what's the better team, man?
I don't know, hit or miss. I mean, if I had to, the Heat, I guess maybe. The Heat.
Do you think?
If Trey's not playing well,
wait.
then the
Can
Heat.
I ask you this? Because obviously the Heat, after losing Jimmy, they went on a 10-game losing streak,
Absolutely.
and then after they won 9 out of 2 games. I mean, not 9
9
out
out
of
of-
11 games.
yeah.
Do you think if they were fully prepared in that offseason, like say Jimmy wasn't there this whole past season, you think they're winning 37 games?
That's a good point.
I'm just asking, like, if they were like prepared for it, like, you think they're only winning 37 games out of the whole season?
So with the injuries, because keep in mind, Tyler's been injured.
That's what I'm saying.
So
A little
we
bit,
have to
but
count that.
I'm saying, but also you just have to mind, like, the West won a lot of games this year, so a lot of not a lot, but at least like in that like
The East
10
is
through
going through a
7,
Great Depression.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
like a Great Depression. Unless you're like the top 4 teams, because almost all of them, when you go to the West, you just lose. So I feel that.
124-87. Series gonna be done in 4.
Yeah.
Most likely.
There was some beef over it too with Tyler and Garland. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
I don't know what it was from. Nobody knows the source, but the battle of the cones basically is what people were saying because they both can't defend. The battle of the cones.
So with Cleveland going to advance,
Mhm.
we obviously they're gonna have to take on
Yep.
a Pacers or Bucks team, who play tonight.
Pacers are.
You're saying
just
the
looking-
Pacers are going to beat the Bucks.
If we're looking at where this is going right now, I don't know, because the Bucks just got that one last game, but those first 2 games, even with Dame back, it didn't look pretty good for the Bucks. I'll say that at all. Giannis is basically trying to like wheel his whole team there. If they can get, I guess, a glimpse of that Game 3 game, maybe they got a chance. But Pacers, like, they got him a
I
little
think
bit.
Dame needed some time to come back too.
You think so?
I
mean,
think so.
mind you, that's what I'm saying. It was his first game, and it was an 8-point game. That first game, they tortured the Bucks. I mean,
Oh yeah.
but that's the thing I'm also getting. Halliburton's not playing like insane. Like he's not doing anything
Absolutely
like
not,
out of the
nah.
world. He's playing pretty regular.
Yeah, he is. But I think he's such a good facilitator
He is.
that it almost, because obviously, yeah, he had that first game 1 where he scored 10 points.
That's what I'm
Was
saying.
it a
Like he
blowout
wasn't
win
like
because you have
that's
12
the whole
assists,
point. That's what I'm
7
saying.
boards, couple
and
steals.
you look at who else played good.
He's-
Pascal. Pascal played
Absolutely.
great. Pascal played great the game.
Pascal's been in the moment.
You know
He's
who
been
I,
to the
you know who I
finals.
do want to see because he's been kind of balling too. Nemhart.
Nemhart,
Nemhart's game is smooth.
Nimhart actually still has a high ceiling for me, in my opinion.
That's the whole point. Like that, like bro, his step back, even when he hit off a glass, because he for some reason he always shoot off the glass, but he's nice. Like he can shoot. Good little hand on him.
He is the Shea Gilgeous Alexander of Alex Caruso's.
Do you think that sometimes, cause I know facilitators, like obviously you need them to pass the ball. Do you think sometimes him not being that aggressive for Hallie hurts him?
You know who I wish was more aggressive, but it's just a whole minute thing? Benedict Mathurin.
I can't say that. He's so aggressive. He needs his time.
No, when I
he
say
needs his
aggressiveness,
time.
I don't mean jacking up shots.
Oh.
It's almost like the thing that Kuminga struggled with before he figured out. Dude, you're big. You can drive to the paint, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I feel
Like
he
you
does
can
that,
develop
though.
the shot. That's fine.
Because I feel like he's one of those people that like he just wants to score a lot. So I think like he shoots the rock a lot, mind you. But I think he drives. I think he drives sometimes.
He
a little
does.
bit. That's what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
like he has like.
But we
power
see
dunks.
Kuminga now. If that 3 not open,
Mhm.
he driving.
And he just came back too. We can get into that. But he just came back.
He driving
But-
on you.
Either way, I think because that's what I'm saying. Hallie had 14, 7, and 10. You give that stat line to somebody else, that's a beautiful stat line.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful stat line. Look at the score. Maybe they possibly just need him to give us a little more on the scoring. That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to say take away like your assist or anything, but I think just being a little bit more aggressive, like, hey, I gotta get a bucket, it could help Miles.
It could definitely help.
It could
I
help
think
Miles
especially
sometimes.
Miles Turner too.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, he's found his shot. He's got a little bit of a 3 ball now.
Yeah.
I actually want to see him be a little more aggressive in the paint offensively.
Yeah.
I think, and Hallie can really facilitate that and create it. And I think Pascal driving downhill, because Pascal's also an underrated playmaker. I think they can get Miles there, and I think Miles could actually be a game changer.
Pascal, he's like one of them like dark horses that just like he usually, and I didn't mean it in like a weird way. He just always played good. From what I see, he don't really have those like really bad games. Like obviously everybody don't have just straight good, but like for him, at least in the playoffs, I don't remember games where he really just like trash.
Exactly, because especially even the finals with Kawhi, we were always
Like
saying,
no, that's what I'm saying. Pascal
had a
like,
good game.
Pascal, like
that's a good game. Like
no,
we're not
I'm
gonna
saying
put
like,
it
in the
past.
recent years, like I think what has he been with Pacers 2-3 years now? Every time they've
He
gone
had
to
top 5 international
every
player.
time, that's what I'm saying.
Luka,
top 5.
Luka, Giannis,
Nikola.
Luka. Hold it. Yeah, Luka, Yoke, Wemby,
Yeah.
Luka. Wait, I
We already
said Luka. Luka,
Dang, hold on,
Jokic, Wemby,
Dang. Can we count Kyrie?
Giannis. No,
Why can't you count Kyrie?
Giannis. One more.
There has to be one.
And am I
You don't
drawing
even know
a
the
blank?
name that came in my head. Trash. I'm gonna just say trash. Who do you think I'm talking about? International trash.
There could be a bunch. Who are you talking about?
Rudy Ghost Squared, man.
Rudy Go Square.
Rudy
Oh
Go
my
Squared,
god,
man.
he's horrible. Man, he could potentially be top 5
Yeah,
international player. I mean, I can't think of nobody right now.
I
And you know
mean,
what's crazy?
because I feel like if
Somebody in the pod is gonna who watches.
they're gonna be like
They're gonna say
you
some name,
dumbass.
and they're gonna be like, "You guys are
Yeah, you
idiots."
idiot.
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
But I don't think that like that would.
He's
He's
Canadian.
Canadian. He's Canadian. But I think they're talking about like
Oh, so North America, not North.
Hated brother. Like they're talking about people who got like them thick accents too, bro. Hated brother.
Oh shoot! So
Pascal may.
Pascal. Top
I don't think about
5
Laurie Marketing. It's like
international.
Pascal may be number 5, man. I don't know. Either way, he balls. He balls all the time. Let's get a little bit more aggressive, I guess, with Hallie, and we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
One game that literally just went off. New York. I think New York's taking it away. What do you think?
Yeah, I think New York. They're playing good. I think they finally caught their stride.
Yeah. Go New York. Go. I hate that. I can't
think-
even imagine.
I think it's just simply this is Detroit's first time, and I
They'll
just
be
think they
back,
just weren't
though,
ready
man.
for the moment yet.
They'll
And
be
that's
back
okay.
because
They'll
you
be back.
you look. I want you to look at these last 2 games.
Joel
Look at
Embiid.
those scores, bro.
Joel Embiid, by the way.
Top 5.
Yeah, he's better than Pascal when he's healthy.
Wait. What? Say it one more time.
Move on.
Wait, say it one more time. What was that last thing
when
you said?
healthy.
When what?
Healthy. He doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, that's the
He can listen,
vampire
and he
we're
won't
swim,
even know
bro.
what'd he say?
Right, that's the vampire. Healthy. Like, bro, chill. Don't like that.
But-
Hurts. That hurts a stock.
Absolutely.
Like,
But yeah, Knicks Pistons. Like I said, that's what I'm
s-
saying. We're grazing over
bro,
it because
no,
we even
you
know what's gonna
can't,
happen.
Dog, look at these last two scores: 118 and 116. Game three.
I
94,
totally understand.
93.
That's not the point. The Knicks have been to the playoffs. They've closed games before.
They have, but
the Pistons simply cannot close a basketball game, and that's okay. That's okay.
they can't. Wait, pause.
didn't-
That game three, or
Sure.
even game two. Game two, the refs were. You watched, right?
Yeah,
The refs were really weird. You got to at least
They
admit the
were.
game two. Game three, they were fighting the whole game, but game two, those refs basically took away a good game. Like that was a good game that was taken away from us, bro. Oh no, game one. I'm trying to get that game one because that's when they were fouled
Yeah.
Brunson and all that. But either way, like
I
that game was taken
understand.
away from us, bro.
I just really think New York is still just the better team, just based on sheer
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
But to your point, Pistons will be back, and
bro.
yeah, I think that they wrapped that up in a bow. Now, what got me? Boston gonna have to play an extra game.
Hey,
Boston
man.
losing.
Boston, hey man.
Now, obviously,
But
the
that's what I'm
injury
saying,
of Drew Holiday,
injuries and
but the fact that it was Drew Holiday and not
You-
JT or JB that was out,
I,
some
I
could say
just
the
edited.
impact-
I edited a recent video of you saying we were going back and forth. Who would hurt most, JT
said-
or Jaylen
and I
Brown
said
being
that.
out? And you said, mind you, they would hurt. Like, yeah, they're gonna hurt you either way. JT's
And
a
I said-
bum. He's
I
gonna
said
shoot one
it.
for either way.
I
But
said that if Drew Holiday was out,
yeah,
I said it was going to impact them more because now you're taking, because JT and JB are good defenders.
right.
In my opinion, they're both elite defenders.
JB is.
JT's getting there.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good chase down blocks, and I think he's good on the
Yeah.
perimeter.
Yeah.
Those are one of those guys is now going to have to guard your best player, and they're exerting themselves on the defensive end more than they usually would. Because we all know
But
Drew's
it's
gonna
it's
guard
also
the player.
spacing too, bro. Like that spacing helps him out. Drew,
Drew's a good spacer.
he just know. It's almost like Drew he has such a basketball head. He knows where he has to be at all times.
He has
Like,
elite
all
basketball IQ.
times,
He has some of the
like,
best.
He just knows where he has to be at. The defense when it transitions, it's like his game causes so much,
Yeah,
so
well,
much.
And I think that goes for any team that has that kind of glue
No,
guys.
yeah.
Sometimes you'd rather
But
lose
Drew
the.
Holiday is that guy. Like
He
that's
is.
that's who they look up to, dog. Like, he
Exactly.
is that guy.
And I feel like he's meant so much to Derek White's development as well. That
Because not even that, it just throws the whole lineup up. Because obviously they're not gonna start Pritchard. Like no matter how good he is that spark. He is that spark off the bench. So you almost can't. You can, but in the playoffs you're not, at least. So now you have Al Horford and Porzingis both starting for you, which Horford used to come up the bench. So and you look at what he did: 34 minutes, 6 points, 7 boards, which I hope you can get, and then 3 assists. You're not giving me what I really need, at least because you're not playing the same defense that Drew would when we're going down the block.
that's
So
true.
it hurts him. It definitely hurts.
Paulo playing like a young, more athletic Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion. And I'll stick by that
Why
statement.
you keep saying this, bro? Why you keep saying it like
I
that?
always say that. He
Because
really do
I
remind
feel
me
like
of Melo.
there's no other comparison that you have. Like, why Melo? Melo was like Melo was different, dog.
Melo would pull up at the charity, and
he would, but Melo did it so.
Melo's
different,
was
dog.
smoother. Paulo's is more. Paulo's
It's
is more aggressive
That's
because
what
he's
I'm
more
saying. So you don't
athletic.
think that there's nobody else at all? Like
Yeah,
Melo.
what? Yeah, you want to know what? There's
Who?
somebody
Who?
real in the back of my head that I'm not saying because that's
Don't say
crazy
that.
to
Don't say that. But I see where you're going because he plays
Exactly.
like that. Or you can even compare him
LeBron.
to a JT.
He's LeBron and Carmelo.
I compare him to a LeBron and JT. He's
And
he's
this
a LeBron
early-
and Jason Tatum.
because we don't know what
Not
his
Melo.
because we still really don't know what his ceiling is. We really don't. Because gang,
Dog,
he's
this
on the
is
Magic,
this is the. It
which
doesn't
they not a
matter,
bad
man.
team.
He made the Magic he made that
Orlando
song, dog.
Magic.
He made that a
brought
thing,
that back.
bro. Like,
He brought it
stop,
back.
bro.
I
Like,
totally agree. And you know what? Because obviously, I'm checking this.
who's the
injury-
best first round pick except for Wemby in past 15, 20 years?
Paulo Banchero.
Paolo Banchero.
I totally agree. That's not even a crazy thing to say. Now, I don't have the injury report right in front of me, but if Drew Holiday doesn't play again, or if there's an injury on that Boston side, from what I saw from Paulo, he can wield you another home dub.
And
They're not going to win this series.
He's doing that, and you also got to think, bro. I don't know if you remember Corey Joseph's name, right? Obviously, right?
Absolutely.
Bro,
Yeah, Corey
bro.
Joseph, Toronto Raptors legend.
I'm surprised he's still he's a starter on a playoff basketball team.
He is a good piece on a playoff team, but to
Dog,
say that
he was
he's a
drafted in
starter,
2011, bro.
too many good guards in the playoffs right now. I can't say it.
2011.
In 11, actually,
and
He's an old head, and I know he started, and I think he started just to really throw Boston off because
That's cool, but what are you taking away from Cole? Cole gave you 4. Mind you, you won. So if it works, I guess it works. Cole gave you 4 points on 14 minutes. He always plays more than 25. Always. He gave you 4 points on 14 minutes. You just limited him. Like I said, they won. So what? I mean, I'm not gonna disagree all the way, but
no, obviously,
we'll
like I said, Boston's going to win that series. I'm not worried about that at all.
But we like a little challenge.
I think the Magic, if they can take this one, book this one, because you gonna post this on the reels when I say it.
No, I am.
If the Orlando Magic win tonight, it's because Paulo scored 40 over, and that's that.
I wouldn't say 40. I think that he would give about like a 30,
12.
30. No, it's like a 30, 12
rebounds.
30, 12
rebounds.
At the assist. 30, 12, and 7 or 8.
That's where that was right. Hey, give me that rock.
Like on some right.
Oh yeah,
it's
he's gonna add
because the way that he swing that rock, especially on that mid range,
yeah,
he get aggressive. Like he'll put his shoulder right into your chest and then pull up with a nice fadeaway. So we gonna see something.
And we talking about the 2 and the 7. We totally grazed past
tough.
2 and the 7
that
against.
Was tough.
Yeah,
that was so tough.
We're talking about 2 and 7. We ain't talking about 2 and 7 on the West.
Hey, say. My bad, man.
Rockets, Warriors. Obviously, the Warriors taking one
that's
from
a
Houston.
Series, though. Like that's what I'm saying.
I say they took that game because no Jimmy. I think they took that game. Like that was a game that nobody really thought Golden State was gonna win. That was the game that people thought, oh, maybe they can.
Honestly, I thought they were gonna win.
Oh, so you did think Golden State was gonna win
I
off
thought,
the will of Steph?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like on some like.
That's totally fair. And I totally get that. I think Steph Curry, obviously 36 points. He's a man on a mission. I'll be real. They're not going to win a mission,
but
they're not going to go nowhere.
I can't.
He want to win this series.
He's obviously not going nowhere, but this series and at least the next, he's trying.
He want to win bad.
You know who they play after this, obviously, and that's pretty big for him at least.
It's a loss.
That first
Denver beats them too, and
I'm
actually
pretty sure.
I actually think Denver beats them way easier.
They're gonna have
than the Clippers.
Post in Looney guarding Nicole.
Oh, God,
yams, cornbread. Either way, but
collard greens.
But what Curry's doing this series? Remember that first game when he hit those 3 just like out of the world shots? Like that's like I'm here, bro. Like that's some nut shot taking.
Why would we even say that?
What you mean?
Denver, the Clippers is gonna play OKC.
That's what I'm saying. Are they not gonna play like whoever wins the Lakers? The Lakers in Minnesota.
Yeah,
that's why I said it means a lot to them. So wait, what are you talking about?
You was talking. See, I was on the clip. I was thinking clips and stuff.
But we did start talking about Yoke though. But you were talking about Yoke against them. Oh
exactly.
yeah, he was off. Oh wait, no, that's what we were talking about though. Oh, you kind of got me lost in sauce because I literally said that means a lot to Curry though. But I was talking about Bron. That'd be Bron versus Curry, right?
There we go.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go.
Either way, if it did turn out that way, Post and Looney would get murdered.
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
But
they should be grateful that that's not happening.
I
actually think, and you know what? It works out so perfect. If the Lakers and Warriors play each other, that series is such
I love how we're just giving the Lakers just pass to the well, I love how we're just
as they've now blown their 10-point lead and are about to go down 3-1. Well, we don't know yet.
But it's a close game right now.
Still plenty of time.
It's 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. 104 to 102. Kind of want to tap in, but obviously
we can't.
That's
why we're trying to wrap up.
Hey man, welcome back to Get Out. Mess with you. Welcome back to the Get Back Pod. But either way, we're trying to get them a clear coast. But whoever they face, Minnesota, Lakers,
absolutely.
I don't know if. Honestly,
we'll have to see. It's so close. Timberwolves absolutely beat the living hell out of. I feel like
the Timberwolves would
beat the living hell out of, and then to bless us with what I would assume. I mean, it's going to be a good series on the other side. Yeah. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Anthony Edwards, Western Conference Final. Yeah. You're talking a generational,
which I feel like
series.
Honestly this year, you saw a little bit of that head to head. Every time they played, they kind of went head to head, like.
And they always knew what it was.
Yeah, like
They say you
they're,
and me
they're
are-
almost the two players that will. They're not gonna like. That's one thing about Shea. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I'm a fan. He don't run from smoke. I'll say that. Like, and obviously Ant, he.
Yeah, don't run from smoke. He's
Ant,
from Atlanta.
we gotta talk about Ant, but Shea, if he sees like that's what it is, like it's supposed to be like superstar versus superstar. He gonna play that role. Like he gonna try to hit a fade on you too, just so he can get that little pop and post on IG with the nicest caption of all time.
Oof. Don't
Nice
get me
caption
started
of
on
all
the
time.
captions.
So,
But obviously, we touched base on the 2-7 in Houston. So who you think wins that one?
I'm gonna say the Warriors. I think that one game that the Houston won, I think it was simply them adapting to no Jimmy, which I didn't know. Not I didn't know, but I just didn't think it affected them that much. But at least the first game after, I thought they were still gonna have at least some type of runway with them. But
Oh yeah,
it's not like they got it back right after.
sure. We got some good basketball ahead of us.
I'm tapped in right now to this Lakers and Wolves right now. Not
Which is
watching, but
It's a perfect time.
I'm looking at the points right now. Like honestly,
yeah.
this is, except for their bench giving them 3 points, their starters are playing pretty good right now. I'm looking at all the percentages. You got 53% from Rui, gives you 20 and 5. LeBron 27, 12 and 7. He has 71% GOAT. Dang, hold on, wait. What's his 3? Oh, I'll say yeah. He kind of hooping right now. That's Bron. Only person that's not really
And
giving
all
me
that-
something is Jackson Hayes.
And all that is because Luka's defense is so atrocious, they'll still find a way to lose. Now, with that being
Luka
said,
has 38 points.
now, that
I
being
feel
said,
you. I feel
really
you.
hope. I really hope we.
Luka actually has a steal and a block. Yeah.
Yeah, they were given to him by LeBron.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, we're gonna tap into this game, y'all. Welcome to the GetBack Podcast. I'm your host, Damian Dusten, here with Ayden.
We're
Jones.
really wrapping this up. You're trying to watch ball.
Trying to watch ball.
Ian the Cuck
We'll be
Gary.
back-
Wait,
we'll be
wait,
back
wait.
with the
Let me
UFC.
get something off. Ian the Cuck Gary, you suck. Wait, okay, pause. This is a bad wrap up. Ian, good fight. Carlos, you give Carlos 20 seconds more. Welcome back to the
Get
GetBack
Back
Podcast,
Podcast.
ladies and gentlemen. We're here.